Hello, traders. It's Matt and Jacey with Empire Algorithmic Trading. We're here to bring you your daily dose of VWAP Vision's Stock Talk.
It's where the volume weighted average price tells us who's in control, buyers or sellers, and it's definitely the buyers. Let's get to it, Matt. Time for a little stock talk.
Let's go. Thursday. What a Thursday, Jace. I hope it was wonderful for you as it has been for me. That being said, what's happened in the markets today? What are we looking at?
It was a nice little rally across the board. It was good. It was after yesterday's little breather. This is the follow through we're looking for. So now we're starting to get in some interesting spots. The market is just a hair. The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are just hairs within their actual all-time highs. Now, of course, we've been
Wow.
treating them as all-time high territory basically since we went into the green zone back on April 30th. Because on a VWAP basis, they have been. But for most everybody that's following stocks, they're just right in an all-time higher territory. So we're going to start getting a couple of conflicting psychological reactions. There's going to be people that have been holding up here and went through this whole thing. They're going to be itching. They're going to be a little fearful, especially with all the news that they're going to need. They're going to want to get out because they don't want the stocks to go back down and ride all that volatility again. You're also going to have people that have been scared this whole time are starting to become believers, right? Now you've got the traditional group as well that's telling you, hey, this is a breakout in an all-time high, all-time high. Now I'm going to start coming in. And then you have all the people that bought down here like us that know there's going to be buyers up here, so they're going to start selling. So it's a very interesting spot. It's nice to see us
Yeah.
breaking out. It's looking great, but that's kind of the psychology behind of where we're at. So even though you could go, oh man, this is fantastic, and we're just going straight up. There could be a flood of selling just to test it. It almost every breakout almost always tests. I shouldn't say always, but almost always tests. And the market is no different, right? Just the
Yep.
indexes are just the averages of the market. So it wouldn't surprise me if you saw a test. Having said that, I'm loving this. This is a great market. This is exactly what you want to see. We've been absolutely rocking it. We've had three potential sell signals, but they found support at the 20-day moving average. They continue to move higher, and leading stocks have just been leading the way. I mean, this little dip right here was. We were talking about it then. We felt like it was going to be a short-lived thing. We were going to find some support, and sure enough, we did. This one was a little questionable simply because of all the blood selling, the bloody Friday that we
Yeah.
went through on that Friday. But the following Monday, they just came running right back, and then it came back and then
Yep.
some. And so ever since then, it's just been buyers are in control. Really, really a lot of fun to watch. The Nasdaq Composite up almost one
Woo.
full percent today, and it too is just
Run, baby.
is hair, just a hair underneath its all-time high. The small caps rallied strongly, and they overcame
Yes.
yesterday's decline as well as the previous high from a couple of days ago. And open, I haven't looked. We'll see. 214.51. And it's really close to taking out its recent high as well. So, nice strong look from the small caps, and then the same thing with the mid caps. However, I think
Yes.
564.93, 565.24. So that's a new high on the mid caps, both on, well, not necessarily on a strict price basis, but as far as the volume weighted average price, it's a new high above the VWAP. So very exciting, good continuation there. And then, of course, the best look of them all is the bonds, right? We're just getting more. This is more fuel to the fire as interest rates become cheaper. Uh, Stocks become cheaper, which will then force the valuations to come down, which will, of course, move prices up to get back to the valuation where they were
Yeah.
at. So, super exciting. This is really good. And then to pile on top of it, the VIX sold off as well.
Yes.
Getting closer. It's still a touch elevated, but it's 16 and a half. We're just averaging a little over 1% on daily move. So normally, around 15 or less is kind of where the market's really cruising, but they're starting to get to be believers. And why wouldn't they? We're seeing breakouts succeed left and right. It's really interesting, and it was a fun, exciting session. If it doesn't get your blood flowing, then you should probably find a different hobby.
Firing on all cylinders there. All markets just ready to go. I love that. That's awesome to see. Well, that is it for the markets. However, next we want to take a look at some of the recent breakouts and what they've been doing. If you want access to our algorithms daily buy and sell signals, subscribe over at our Patreon, patreon.com/empire algorithmic trading. And you can get access to those signals, and all of the stocks we're going to take a look at have hit our signals in one way or another here in the past. So, Jace, what have our signal stocks been doing? Who's been moving?
It was a pretty exciting day. HSAI finally came to life. It
Hey.
broke out. Yeah, it broke out back here. Oh, I don't got the wrong. It broke back here, May 20th. Flash little sell signal here has been kind of bouncing along and just a big explosion up 19.2% today. TSSI, this stock is just on a roll. It looked like it
Yeah.
might be taking a break, and then strong recovery today, up 14.4%. This thing is just on a tear. The official buy point was 15.14. It's currently at 31.10. So we've got a double bagger there. Astera Labs finally coming to life. It rallied in a solid 9.2%. This one I'm most likely going to take. I'm going to take another stab at it, man. So
Right.
we're gonna see how that goes. But my studies, I've done some studies, and I've seen some pretty interesting data that shows when the stock hits its low before the sell signal, and then retakes the previous buy point, it's a pretty good sign that that recovery is going to last, and it's a very high probability that you're going to end up with a positive trade when you see a stock recover like this. So that's a good look from A Lab, and then AMSC is a pretty good example of that. That one just tested the 20-day moving average. This probably would have stopped me out. If I had a position on it, this would have stopped me out for sure. However, it never flashed a sell signal, and it never really broke the 20-day moving average, rallying 7.7% today for a new high there. And then, as always, we like to just point out a couple of dogs. And Groupon
Gotta do it.
looks like a potential sell signal there. Broke
I
its
know.
10-day moving average. It's had 3 consecutive down days below the VWAP, so that's an algorithm sell signal. And then it's just finding support at the 20-day moving average. So this could quickly
Okay.
turn into a three and go. So
Yeah.
keep an eye on this one. If it quickly recovers and it recovers fast, and it does it strongly, then that the 3 days above that VWAP would be a secondary buy signal. If not a new one, if it's a new position for you. And then lastly, Carvana, which tried to break out the other day. I ended up buying it, got stopped out on the intraday reversal below the opening range low, and it continued to sell off today. So it dropped another 2.9%. So that's not a good look. It's down about 4.5% below the buy price, below the closing buy, I should say, of 322.97. So that's a little disappointing considering the rest of the market and the solid action we're seeing in a ton of good stocks.
Yeah.
So that's a little disappointing there, but it's been a heck of a winter. So I mean, it's kind of hard to hard to judge it too harshly, I should say. But for the most part,
Exactly.
the S&P is killing it. Leading stocks are killing it, and it's a good market to be in.
That's fantastic. Great to hear on a Thursday, too. I'm excited to see how we roll through Friday and finish out the week here. So, again, everybody, thank you so much for watching us here on YouTube, listening to us on Spotify. Make sure to like, rate, review, follow us, share us with all your friends. Let them know what we're doing here. If you want access to our algorithmic daily buy and sell signals, check us out over on Patreon, patreon.com/empire algorithmic trading. We are working on loading even more educational videos onto that and building that trading community there as well. You can learn more about who we are, what we do, why we put together this crazy thing on our website, VWAPvision.com. That's VWAPvision.com. Otherwise, follow us on all our social links, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, for some fun daily content, couple freebies here and there, and just some unique stuff. That being said, Jace, really appreciate everything today. Cannot wait for Arrow Review, and happy trading.
Happy trading, buddy. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.